Have you ever wondered why Satan fought so hard for the body of Moses after his death? It is well known that Moses held a special place in the heart of the nation of Israel, particularly during the later years of his leadership. As with many notable leaders, there came a time when God decided it was time to bring his esteemed prophet back. The loss of Moses was so profound that his people mourned for him for an entire month. For many, death represents a final point, concluding a person's earthly contributions and sacrifices and initiating a new chapter in another existence. With each farewell brought by death, a new stage begins, which also serves to honor the departed. Normally, this includes a burial. But this did not happen with Moses. Why the exception for him? What made Moses' death different? The explanation lies in Deuteronomy 34:6. According to the text, Moses, the servant of the Lord, died in the land of Moab, according to the instructions of the Lord, and was buried in a valley in that same land. Moses is the only one whose burial was conducted directly by God, and to this day, his tomb remains a mystery, hidden from all eyes. But why did God decide to hide the resting place of Moses? The reason is that Satan showed interest in Moses' body. He showed interest because, as is typical of his actions, he intended to use it to incite idolatry among God's people. If the location of Moses' body and tomb were known to the Israelites, they would certainly have turned it into a sacred place. Even today, people would be making pilgrimages there, erecting monuments and turning the place into a center of commercial veneration. The site would become a point of idolatry, focusing more on the powers attributed to Moses than on true worship of God. This is a clear representation of what idolatry is. For this reason, the Lord chose to hide the tomb. The importance of keeping the tomb hidden was so great that it even generated an angelic confrontation in the celestial spheres. In Jude 9, we discover how the Archangel Michael faced the devil over the body of Moses. The dispute between Michael and Satan for the body has no detailed explanation in the Bible, although various theories exist. The most accepted is precisely the one we mentioned earlier. People often tend to worship the creations instead of the Creator. As it is written in Romans 1:25, they exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshipped and served the created things rather than the Creator. The essence of idolatry is confusing what is supreme with what is secondary and vice versa. To prevent idolatry of Moses' body, God chose to hide it and his tomb. Therefore, there are speculations that Moses may never have died but ascended to heaven. We cannot affirm this with certainty. What we really know is that his body was never found after his ascent to the mountain. As we learn, one of God's resources to safeguard Moses' body was the intervention of the Archangel Michael. A crucial aspect to highlight is that even in the midst of the confrontation with the devil over the possession of Moses' body, the Archangel Michael did not make accusations but simply said, "The Lord rebuke you." This is significant because even Michael, the archangel chosen by God to expel Satan from heaven, avoided pronouncing condemnations against the Lord of demons. He reserved all criticisms and judgments for God. In the Bible, specifically in the books of Daniel, Jude, and Revelation, Michael is described as a celestial warrior who fights against evil spiritual forces. The title Archangel indicates that he is in the highest rank of angels. While most angels are messengers, Michael is consistently presented in these texts as someone who confronts, resists, and opposes evil entities and principalities. This warrior decided not to act on his own when dealing with Satan for Moses' body. Instead, he simply declared, "The Lord rebuke you." The authority to rebuke belongs to God, even when it comes to the chief of angels. This raises questions about our own human tendency to curse and criticize those who offend us. Why is it so challenging to leave vengeance in God's hands? Recapping, why did Satan fight for Moses' body? He wanted the body to be accessible to the people, inducing them to worship his remains instead of God. And why did God send the Archangel Michael to protect Moses' body and the secret of his burial? It was to prevent his children from falling into the idolatry of worshiping the creation instead of the Creator. If you enjoyed learning a little more about this incredible story from the Bible, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it. To expand our understanding of biblical narratives and their implications further, I will leave a video suggestion that explores intriguing episodes from the story of Ishmael, the forgotten son of Abraham. Who are his descendants? How did he die? And much more. See you soon.